The WNBA may have thought that issuing a fine to Sophie Cunningham would quietly end the situation, but things took an unexpected turn. That fine? Just $400. What followed? A multi-million-dollar ripple effect and a PR headache for the league. Cunningham flipped the script. What was supposed to be a slap on the wrist turned into a moment of reckoning for the WNBA.
Why?
Because she brought to light something fans and analysts have been saying for months, that Clark, arguably the league's biggest star, hasn't been getting the protection she deserves from referees. Let's rewind to a heated showdown between the Indiana Fever and the Connecticut Sun. Cunningham, frustrated with what many saw as repeated uncalled hits on Clark, decided enough was enough. Her response? A physical, no-nonsense foul that set social media ablaze and turned her into an overnight fan favorite in Indiana. This wasn't just a scuffle, it was a moment that exposed the deeper issues plaguing the league, from inconsistent officiating to over-reliance on one superstar. Cunningham's bold move changed the conversation entirely. Let's talk numbers. Clark, in her debut WNBA season, accounted for 17% of all flagrant fouls committed across the league. Let that sink in. She played just 40 games, yet she was on the receiving end of 12 out of 70 total flagrant fouls that season. And the physicality hasn't let up since. You might remember the 2024 postseason, when a poke to the eye by Dejounte Carrington forced Clark off the court, contributing to the Fever's early playoff exit. Fast forward to June 2025, Clark missed multiple games due to injury, likely the result of accumulated contact. And during that stretch, WNBA viewership plummeted by over 55%, falling from nearly 10 million viewers per game to under 4.5 million, according to a Kick. Ticket sales nosedived too. Venues like Gainbridge Fieldhouse saw up to a 30% drop in attendance for non-Clark games. That tells you just how much the league depends on her. Unlike the NBA, where stars like LeBron and Curry share the spotlight, the WNBA's growth is heavily tied to Clark's presence, and despite what some reports claim, it's not the 2024 rookie class or general talent surge that's fueling the league's recent popularity. The data speaks clearly. 18 out of the 21 most-watched WNBA games in 2024 featured Clark and the Fever. That includes high-profile matchups with stars like Aya Wilson and Angel Reese, which still lost steam without Clark on the floor. Clark isn't just a star. She's the engine driving a $200 million media rights deal and a staggering 170% rise in viewership, which brings us back to Cunningham. In February 2025, the 28-year-old guard joined the Indiana Fever from the Phoenix Mercury. Known for her physical style and fiery persona, fans affectionately call her Spicy Sophie. Cunningham quickly became a protector figure for Clark. That image was solidified on June 17, 2025, during a tense rematch with Connecticut. With less than a minute remaining and Indiana up big, things got messy. Connecticut's J.C. Sheldon, a longtime rival from Clark's Big Ten days, jabbed at Clark's eye. Moments later, Marina Mabrey shoved Clark to the floor. Officials issued a technical to Clark and Tina Charles, and a flagrant foul to Sheldon. But to many, it was a weak response. That's when Cunningham snapped into action. With 46 seconds left, she delivered a hard foul on Sheldon, then wrapped up Mabrey in a takedown. The bench cleared. Emotions erupted. The league slapped Cunningham with a $400 fine and additional disciplinary measures, but she didn't back down. Speaking to reporters, Cunningham made it clear. It wasn't about the fine, it's about finally standing up for our star. Even Fever head coach Stephanie White echoed those frustrations, calling out the officials for failing to control the game. And the fans? They rallied behind Sophie. Social media exploded, hailing her as Clark's enforcer, the one willing to do what referees won't. Hashtags trended. Clips went viral. Cunningham was no longer just a gritty guard. She became a symbol of defiance, of standing up against uneven treatment. And here's the kicker. Cunningham is no stranger to discipline. She holds a black belt in Taekwondo, earned when she was just 6. She knows how to fight. And now she's using that energy to protect her teammates and call out a system that many believe has failed its biggest star.
Oh my God, Sophie's a dog. She just is, she's a competitor. She's versatile, so she allows us to do different things. Like, she plays with such toughness. She's huge, and she's going to be for us all season long.
This is where things take a fascinating turn. The spotlight has increasingly fallen on WNBA officiating, particularly when it comes to how Caitlin Clark has been treated on the court. Despite logging fewer minutes than established stars like Aya Wilson or Breanna Stewart, Clark led the league in flagrant fouls suffered in 2024, with 12 recorded incidents. That's not a coincidence. This trend hasn't let up in 2025. Game after game, she continues to absorb uncalled contact, a pattern that has sparked frustration among fans and analysts alike. A Washington Post investigation revealed a troubling pattern. Referees routinely allow aggressive physical play to slide, contributing to an environment that's rougher and more punishing than it should be. Even Las Vegas Aces coach and respected analyst Becky Hammon spoke out, backing Sophie Cunningham's controversial move. "Players are tired of taking hits," Hammon said. "There's way too much grabbing, bumping, and contact that simply doesn't get called."
This is what happens, right? This is what happens. You've got competitive women who are the best in the world at what they do, right? And when you allow them to play physical and you allow these things to happen, they're going to compete. And they're going to have their teammates back.
But here's what most people completely miss. The WNBA's hesitation to protect Caitlin Clark goes beyond inconsistent officiating. It's rooted in a deeper cultural issue within the league. While veterans like Jonquil Jones and Alyssa Thomas have committed clear, hard fouls against Clark, the consequences have been inconsistent at best. A prime example? Kennedy Carter's 2024 body check on Clark was upgraded to a flagrant foul, but she wasn't suspended. This has only fueled the narrative that Clark, despite being the league's breakout rookie, is being targeted by seasoned players while officials and league leadership turn a blind eye. The silence from the top has spoken volumes, and if that wasn't enough, Connecticut Sun head coach Ryan Mazian criticized Sophie Cunningham's retaliation as disrespectful and reckless. But many fans and analysts argue the real disrespect lies in the WNBA's failure to protect its most marketable and influential player.
Prices continue their decline without the assistance of the Roo from Waterloo. First off, credit where credit is.
Now this is where things get really interesting. Caitlin Clark's impact on the WNBA isn't just significant, it's unmatched. According to ESPN, her games averaged nearly 9.9 million viewers in 2024, marking a 170% increase over typical league averages, which hovered between 5.8 and 8 million. And when it comes to ticket sales, the Indiana Fever sold out nearly 90% of their home games, and overall WNBA attendance rose by over 30%. All thanks to Clark's presence. But when Clark sat out several games in June 2025, the numbers nosedived. Viewership dropped by more than 55%, and ticket sales for non-Fever games plummeted, according to Sportico. That kind of swing reveals the uncomfortable truth. The WNBA isn't being powered by a deep rookie class or a balanced roster of veterans. It's being carried by one name, Caitlin Clark. This sentiment echoes online, where posts on X, formerly Twitter, go as far as saying, "Without Caitlin Clark, there is no WNBA." Some even claimed she's already done more for her league than LeBron ever did for the NBA. And it's not just hype. The financials back it up. While Clark's WNBA salary is a modest $76,535, she rakes in $11 million in endorsements, including a massive $28 million Nike deal. Meanwhile, despite record interest, the WNBA still posted a $40 million loss in 2024, its most successful season to date. That's the dilemma. Clark is single-handedly growing the league, yet the league is failing to protect its most valuable player. Now here's where the story takes an even wilder twist. Sophie Cunningham, after drawing a $400 fine for a hard foul in June 2025, became a viral sensation. Her social media exploded, her Instagram gained 350,000 followers, and her TikTok surged from 400,000 to 1.2 million in just 48 hours. According to Sportico, her number 8 Fever jersey sold out within days, with fans reporting no restocks until July 8th. One marketing firm estimated it would cost over $1 million to generate that kind of follower growth through ads alone. Her sponsored posts, once valued at $10,000, are now fetching double. It's marketing gold, and she's not the only one benefiting. Her rise mirrors that of Kate Martin, who outsold Aya Wilson in jersey sales in 2024. Though Clark's teammates may not have eye-popping stats, her influence has lifted their marketability. But Cunningham's enforcer role added a new layer, giving her individual appeal outside of Clark's shadow. One post calling her a national treasure racked up 141,000 likes and 1.2 million views. With existing deals from Adidas and Quest Nutrition already in place, industry insiders expect Cunningham's off-court earnings to soon hit seven figures. Here's what's most astonishing. While the WNBA lost $40 million in 2024, Cunningham, with a $400 fine, has managed to monetize Clark's stardom better than the league itself. Her rise is proof that fans are starving for players who will stand up, both literally and symbolically. For Caitlin Clark, there's even been backlash. A petition with 388 signatures called for Cunningham to be banned for unsportsmanlike conduct. But ironically, the criticism only elevated her. Fans rallied behind her for standing up to what many see as unfair treatment of Clark. Some users even joked that her now viral Selena Gomez lip sync was worth the fine alone. The WNBA's TikTok post about the incident garnered 1.22 million views, with comments from high-profile names like fitness influencer Joey Swole, all applauding her boldness. And now the league faces a harsh reality. Caitlin Clark was targeted in 17% of all flagrant fouls in 2024, and the same trend continues in 2025. With a $40 million loss looming over them, the WNBA cannot afford to alienate its only true superstar or her growing army of loyal fans. This is where Cunningham becomes more than just a player. She becomes a statement. Her willingness to stand up, take a fine, and take control has changed the narrative. She's sending a message to the league. Protect your stars, or we will. And here's the kicker. As of June 2025, the Fever stood at an 8-7 record, with Clark averaging 21.3 points and 8.7 assists per game. By shielding her from unnecessary hits, Cunningham is giving Clark the space to perform and boosting Indiana's playoff hopes in the process. Now, with Cunningham's merchandise outselling even league MVPs and her online following skyrocketing, the public is speaking loud and clear. While the WNBA struggles to handle the pressure, Cunningham is winning the internet and the fans, and it all started with a $400 fouled in a league desperate for growth. Sophie Cunningham just made herself indispensable. She took a controversial moment and turned it into a multi-million-dollar branding move, while forcing the WNBA to confront a truth it's long ignored. Caitlin Clark is the WNBA's crown jewel, contributing to over half the league's viewership and nearly a third of all ticket sales. By contrast, the league's efforts to protect her have been inconsistent at best. But now, with Cunningham by her side, the balance is shifting. Here's the big question. Are players going to start treating fines as the price of protecting teammates, or retaliating for weak officiating? Will the WNBA step up and fix this problem, or continue pretending it doesn't exist? Let us know what you think in the comments. And if you're passionate about real basketball, hit like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to hear the truth.